Hello, welcome to this episode of Story and Things, a podcast where we review story.
And we talk about things.
I'm your host, Chelly.
And I'm your host, Haida. And do you want to mention what we did today, Chelly?
Well, I mean, we went to go eat breakfast today.
Which was fun.
No, it wasn't.
Not for Chelly. She has apparently this shame.
Okay, here. The reason we went out to eat this morning, because we could have just cooked something here, but I had a craving. For a burrito.
Yeah, I get that.
I haven't had a burrito in such a long time.
Specifically a breakfast burrito.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, with the papa potato.
Thank you for translating.
It was so good, but okay. I have this thing where I don't like eating burritos in person.
In person?
Like in front of people.
Because you have a shame.
I have a shame. Because burritos open up and then I look like a messy baby. I hate it so much.
It's okay.
And then I was like, you know what? Maybe it won't happen this time.
Maybe today will be a different day. A new day. And then what happened?
I basically just had a scramble.
With a tortilla.
With a tortilla.
Why would you translate that? Thank you, though.
But here we are today. Coming back.
We're back. Thank you.
You know where we're back to, though?
So, we will be discussing the second book to a duology. And we already talked about the first book, so you should go watch/listen to that episode and then come back here.
Yeah. So, today we're going to be talking about a certain baddie.
Hunting. Addie the Baddie.
Addie the Baddie by H.D. Carlton.
You.
Wait, hold on. I just want to preface this that this is a very triggering story. And I mean, if you're watching this, you already know that we read some triggering stories sometimes. But trigger warning to...
A huge trigger warning to this one.
Should we mention the triggers?
Sure. There is human trafficking. There is rape. There is stalking. That will be mentioned. And
murder.
Lots of gory details.
Yep. So be warned before you watch this episode. If that triggers you, then maybe you should
click off right now, please.
I won't mind. It's okay. Maybe the next one.
Yeah, where we're talking about...
Or maybe you should just backtrack and watch, I don't know, like The Hating Game. Or, okay, can I just say, we release, as of now, the current episode we have out is A Través de mi ventana, which is Through My Window. I love that episode.
We did a really good job on that episode, which I didn't expect.
I didn't expect it either because...
We both kind of looked at each other like, do we want to talk about this?
And the thing is, I knew it was our shortest one, and I don't remember much of what we had said, and I watched it. It was so good.
Really good. I really liked that episode.
Yeah.
So you should watch it. But let's go ahead and get started. Also, just to note, Chelly and I do this thing where we don't know how the other feels about the stories that we talk about. So once I say the summary, we will guess the rating of the other person.
Yes.
And it will be revealed at the end.
Yes.
So stay tuned. Find out. Place your bets now. All right, so I'm going to give a summary for the first book, which is titled Haunting Adeline. So Haunting Adeline is about an indie author named Adeline, and she inherited a manor from her late great-grandmother, but she's not haunted by the ghosts in the manor, but by a morally gray character named Zaid that stalks her, but also he takes down human trafficking rings. At the end of the first book, Addie is targeted by the Society, which is a dangerous human trafficking ring. So, now a short summary of the second book, Hunting Adeline. In this one, Zaid is trying to get Addie back while she is trying to survive her abusers.
Wow, short, sweet, and to the point.
And to the point.
I recommend that you go read this before you watch this episode, only because we're going to spoil.
We're going to talk about everything.
Yeah, and it would be nice to get the input of the viewers. So if you want to read it first and then come back, I understand.
We'd love that.
Go ahead.
Go.
After reading this story and thinking of you, because, I think of you constantly as a coworker.
Oh, yeah, because we're not friends.
Oh, no, yeah.
We're colleagues.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I was thinking of you while I was reading
That's
this.
a joke, by the way.
I was thinking of you while reading this. And the thing is, you like morally gray characters.
Yes, I do.
But I do not think that it was executed well in this story to your liking. I do think you might have enjoyed it, but I don't think this is what you would have wanted out of hunting Addie the baddie. So for that, I think you are going to give it either a 2 or a 3 out of 5. Only because Zayd could have been more of a baddie. Zaddy.
Whoa! A zaddy?
Isn't that what you call like a daddy? Isn't that what it is?
Why do you have to whisper it?
I'm nervous.
Okay, so I am going to guess that you didn't really enjoy this reading. Only because I know that dark romance isn't really your cup of tea. Not saying that you didn't enjoy the experience that the first book gave us, but just going deeper into the story, I don't think you really enjoyed it. So I would assume that you would give it around like a 2 to a 2.5.
So we're kind of around the same ballpark. So by the end of this episode, this determines if our friendship will continue.
Friendship?
Our tenure. I mean...
friendship.
Okay, never mind. Our
It's
work relationship. Okay.
We're on thin ice.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's
All
whatever.
right. All
Okay.
right, so let's go ahead and go through the tropes in this one.
Yes.
What did you see?
Dark romance. Because, oh my fucking God.
It's dark.
It's dark. It's very... You have to realize that this story takes place in a very different situation that is not this world. And not saying that, these types of things don't happen, because human trafficking does happen. But you have to realize that with these characters, killing is justified. And
which is
it's
a
lot to take
conversation.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't have to talk about that.
No, we don't have to talk about it now, but yeah, they love each other, but they're also kind of crazy.
Oh,
They're also kind of crazy.
a little crazy. Just a
Yeah.
little bit.
Another trope would be... Would you say I can fix you as a trope?
Yeah. The broken bird syndrome.
What's that?
When you see a broken bird and you want to fix them.
I didn't know that was a trope.
Yeah.
What? Okay, well, I mean, that makes sense.
I think it might be known as something else. I think that used to be something more commonly known a long time ago, at least.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's changed.
Okay, but there's not many tropes that stand out except for dark romance to me in this one. I do want to talk about the characters, though. Only really 2, unless you have someone else you want to bring up.
No, that's fine.
Let's talk about Addie.
Okay.
We stan Addie. She's a baddie from the first one, haunting Adeline.
Did you like Addie? I don't even remember what we said in the first episode.
I mentioned. I didn't hate her because I understood her situation. Like, it's not a common situation. It is a dark romance, so you have to take into account what's going on. I did not love her, but I didn't hate her. And I felt really bad for her getting kidnapped at the very end of
the first book.
Yeah. So I felt for her. But for the second book, I don't hate her. I don't hate her.
Okay.
I sympathize with her. I am just sad with certain things that she did in the story that I was hoping that she wouldn't have to do. I'm not angry at her having to defend herself and having to kill people in order to defend herself. But there was one situation that irked me. Can you think of which one it is? There's one situation that irked me that kind of, it just turned me off.
I mean, there's so many moments where I think you'd be turned off, but I'm not sure which one you're thinking of.
It was when they went to a froyo and not an ice cream place.
Of all the places that you can go.
Yeah, it's like, come on.
But Addie did go through a lot in this story. And she is abused when she is taken in by the society. Or is it the society that takes her? Or the society?
She's taken into a house that's going to sell her to the society.
Right, okay. So there's like a midway point.
Just to kind of show, because it's a midway point where they send girls to show them how to be submissive.
but they're abused in that process. And so she is raped while she is here. And at first, she's very determined that she's going to find a way to escape. But eventually, time passes and she does submit a little bit.
Yeah.
But she does find solace in a journal that she finds.
Oh, yeah.
From a girl who was there before her.
And she basically continues to write in the journal in order to keep herself sane. And she even does the thing that her late great-grandmother Gigi did, where when she would write in the journal, she'd put on red lipstick and kiss it at the end. Damn.
She's keeping the tradition going.
I know, she is.
So Addie is hopeful also that Zayd will find her.
Yeah.
But they know. They know that he's looking. So they're trying to keep her hidden as best as possible. Which was really scary. Did you expect that he would have found her way sooner than he did? Because I kind of did. I thought that whole situation of her being kidnapped and having to go through all of those abusers, I thought it was longer than what the author was going to write it.
Can I tell you, because there's a trigger warning page right before you start the story that the author gives you. And she said, don't expect the characters to meet too quickly. I literally thought this entire story was going to be her being abused, being raped, going through the worst situations. And in the last moment, like seeing Zayd, like, you know, like her going, she can either go over here to continue that life or see Zayd and walk down and go to him. I thought it was going to end something like that. Like her, because I thought she was going to, because you know how there's Stockholm Syndrome? I thought that was going to happen. I was so like, I don't know why I thought that was going to happen, because she'd never been one to like, you know, submit, but it's a horrible thing she went through.
Yeah.
So I did think that she was probably not going to come back from this. They'd see each other, but she'd just be like, that was past Addie. That was Addie the baddie.
But not Addie the baddie.
Yeah.
There's a difference. What I did like about Addie's character was the progression of her healing. Or I should say, what I did like about Addie was her healing journey.
Yeah.
Once she managed to escape, she was
fucked up.
She was really fucked up. And it did take her some time to find her footing. She needed to work on her mental health as well as her physical health. And that's when she was training with another character.
Yeah. Sibby.
Yeah, Sibby.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I mean, okay. But overall, how did you feel about Addie?
I really liked Addie's character.
You did?
I really sympathized with her, and I thought, I just felt so bad for her, honestly.
Yeah. Is there anything that she did that maybe you disagreed with?
No, because honestly, I saw this coming. I felt that she was going to work alongside Zayd to get back at everyone that had ended up hurting her.
I guess I just can't predict. I'm so bad at guessing what's going to happen. My brain cells don't work like that.
I mean, she's also a great character.
She is. But damn, like I did not. There was just one thing that I didn't agree with. I can say it, but I'd rather.
I think
wait.
I know which one actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like picking your brain right now.
Okay, wait. Why don't you guess? Why don't you guess what was the part that I hated?
Okay, give me one hint. Is it after she managed to escape?
Yes.
Is it the scene? Okay, wait. Before I even say it,
okay.
So when Addie was going through the abuse, there is this weird tradition that they do. That at first I really did not understand. So basically the girls that will be, sold off, they go through this game where they're in this dark forest and the potential guys who will buy them are hunting them. And if the guy finds you, and he can literally shoot you.
Yeah.
With an arrow.
Crossbow.
Just any weapon of their choosing. And if that happens, then you lose the game and you lose your life.
Yep. They basically rape you and beat you until you're close to death. And then the fellow women who were with you, who were also going to be trafficked, they have to kill you.
Yeah, the ones that survived.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really sad because one of the characters gets buried alive.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
That was really sad. It freaked me out.
Can I
honestly.
tell you? You already know this about me. That's my biggest fear.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. It's really scary.
That is like literally one of my biggest fears. Being buried alive.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Hell no.
No reception? Just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I can't even breathe down there.
I know. It's getting hot, guys. The joke's over.
Guys, please let me out. So, when Addie manages to escape, her alongside Zaid, which is the morally gray character that I mentioned, she decides that she's going to get revenge, and she does that to a group of men. No, not just a group of men. It was also the lady, right?
Yeah.
And so they're hunting them.
Yeah.
Is that the part that you hated?
Yeah.
I freaking knew it.
How-
I know
what
you
made you-
so well.
Why did you think I hated it?
I know you so well.
Why do you think I hated it?
Because I know you. I know you wanted her to be like, you know what?
The thing
I'm
is,
going to take the high road here.
the thing is, I don't mind the fact that she had to kill, because she did end up killing a girl who was also in the trafficking ring that stayed in the home where she was at. She had to hurt people, of course. I just didn't agree with that.
And I can understand
Yeah.
that. But she did have so much pent-up anger
she
towards the group that they were hunting, because one of them was the guy who would constantly rape her.
Mm-hmm.
And another one was actually the lady who was prepping her for this life.
Yep. And who, oh my gosh,
And
she
then
was a horrible person. The shoe scene.
Oh my god, yeah, the shoe scene? I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah.
That was so...
Read it.
Or
'Cause
don't.
Yeah. It was a lot. It was a lot. But I just, because there's another character, her name is Sibby, and she was also there when they did the mock hunting and killed those people. And Sibby ripped up the lady and was just throwing her body limbs
Oh
around.
yeah, she was just tossing her
Oh
around.
my god.
I mean, it's such a silly thing to do. Wait, okay, before we continue and gloss over that, what did you want her to do? You wanted her to take the high road?
No, I would have been okay if she had killed them, just not like that. I just didn't agree with that death.
The eye for an eye thing or what?
Yeah. I don't know. How do you feel about the whole an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind? Do you think that applies to this story?
Not with human trafficking, no.
Okay. I
'Cause
understand.
I mean, she went through a lot.
She did go through a lot.
And I just think
it threw me off.
there's different levels.
Yeah.
So,
And also I'm not a dark romance reader, so it was just hard to read.
yeah. I get that. And I respect that.
Before we go to our second main character, there is a secondary character named Sibby that we mentioned. I don't really want to go into specifics. Just know that she helps them and she's gone through a lot, so she's not mentally stable. How did you feel about her?
I didn't really like Sibby.
I did not like Sibby either. Okay, thank you.
I didn't... What's the word?
She felt like comedic relief.
She felt like comedic relief, I agree. But she also felt... it was almost like a disconnect with what was happening in the story. I do understand that some people who go through this and are really, really traumatized handle it differently.
Yeah.
But I couldn't connect with her character, which was sad because Addie the baddie really appreciated her, especially because she helped her train. But I just didn't like her that much.
I did not either. I don't even have to say anything else because I agree with you completely.
Okay, great.
So,
Thank you.
our last main character, or second,
Zaddy.
Zaddy.
Zaddy the baddie.
How did you feel about him? Because take into account, he was the stalker from the first book.
Okay, you stalk once.
You stalk once and all of a sudden you're a stalker. You know, I break into your house, leave roses.
Roses are thoughtful.
Roses
he
are
took
thoughtful.
off the thorns. What a nice guy.
You know what? I changed my mind. But he, in the second book, is looking for Addie, and when he does find her, is there for her when she is going through her healing process.
And it's really sad because he knows that she cannot stand touching him or him touching her. So I don't even know how many months pass by, but he's just like there for her, but not touching her.
How did you feel about
I
Zaid?
felt bad for him.
You felt bad for him?
I felt bad for him because, he was also a victim of the situation.
No, I get it.
And I just really like his character because, as you already said, I do enjoy morally gray characters, and he's doing a great cause. What I really appreciated about Zaid's character was how he handled Addie at her worst moments and how he just gave her the space that she needed. That knife scene. I was like, wait, what is happening right now?
Where he let her...
Yeah, so he had a knife, and he was like, was he like touching her with the handle?
With the
handle side? Mm-hmm. That part.
I did not think you would like Zaid.
Why? What's wrong with Zaid?
Nothing, because I didn't mind him.
You wanted him to, what, hurt her?
No.
Emotionally?
I didn't, but I thought that because he's a morally gray character, that's what you would want.
Oh, you thought that I expected him to push her more.
Yes.
Like push her out of
her comfort zone, but like with the thought of helping her.
Mm-hmm.
But just push her a little more.
Yeah, because it did take her a long time to finally be able to touch him.
Not saying that he completely changed as a character, because he would still make little comments towards her. Like, they were at the freaking frozen yogurt section, and it was like, I like mint chocolate chip. And he's like, damn, you have bad taste in yogurt. Or ice cream.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, well, what about your taste? And he's like, I only like your pussy. You remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Oh my God.
What
it's
a
like,
romantic.
We're in a kid place right now.
There's a child right over there.
I know.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, I thought he handled it well.
Yeah.
I didn't expect this story to take a realistic approach on her healing journey.
Me neither. That's what threw me off. I thought this was going to be completely different.
Same.
Can I say one thing? Okay, first of all, Zaid didn't mind him as a character. It just threw me off about how kind he was with this. I thought he was going to be a little more like demanding on her to heal faster. That's literally what I thought was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't, and I'm kind of glad it didn't. It's been a while since I've read this book. I don't know why Book Talk hates it.
Really?
Is there a scene I missed? Did someone not tell me something? Did I not go to the last meeting?
It was probably the lack of spice. I mean, it has spice, but
that doesn't bother me.
A while. Yeah, but the first book was really spicy.
It was really spicy.
So I'm only assuming that that's why Book Talk doesn't like it, but I haven't seen anything bad about it.
I have.
I haven't.
Damn. Where am I on Book Talk?
I don't know. The non-spicy side.
I'm sorry. I'm on the found family side.
Apparently.
Oh, found family. Zaid, Sibby, and Addie.
Oh, that's true. That works.
This story felt long. Was it long?
It felt really long.
It felt really long.
Because of the healing journey, as I've said a million times.
How did you feel about the pacing of this book?
Well, I did appreciate the realistic approach. I thought that was good. How do I say this? I kind of wish some things weren't as descriptive as they were. Like her abuse, that made me really uncomfortable. Yeah. So some of those scenes I kind of just wish would have been summarized.
Did you gloss over them?
I probably did some, but I tried not to, just so that I can
experience it.
Yeah, or see if maybe it would matter later on.
I had to gloss over when she was with her main captor, or the main person for her biggest trauma in this abuse. I don't remember his name. Xavier, there we go. Who found pleasure in hurting her and cutting her.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
I couldn't.
Yeah, I also had to skim the shoe scene. The shoe scene was too much.
Can I say too, there was a scene with her and Xavier where she was trying to basically corner him so Zaid can, catch him or capture him. And I thought she was going to get raped again.
Really?
I was so scared at that scene.
Mm-hmm. It was really stressful.
I'm so glad it didn't happen.
Me too.
Okay, what were you going to ask?
The reason why it was scary is because they were locked in a room together. He managed to lock it, and luckily Zaid managed to get in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. So there's a scene where Zayd kind of has like a breaking point when she's still in the healing state and they haven't done anything together. And she grabs a gun and points it at him.
Yes.
And he asks her, does this make you feel powerful? Like, if you don't love me anymore, or if you don't care for me anymore, you might as well just shoot me in the heart. How did you feel about that scene?
I forgot about that.
How did you forget about that scene?
Because not because I didn't like it. It was just like, damn. She was going through a lot. It was really sad.
Mm-hmm.
Don't they end up hugging? Like, she ends up calming down.
Yeah, because he tells her, just let me fucking hold you. And she starts screaming. And it's at the point where she's screaming so much that it wears her out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Oh, that was really sad.
It was really
sad. That
sad.
was really sad. He was very patient with her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that it worked out like that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'm glad he did not take advantage of her in her weakest moments. He waited for her until she was ready.
Which, comparing to book 1,
I know.
that's a little surprising.
But the thing is, technically in book 1, people would argue that he also, like, it was, what was it? CNC?
Yeah, CNC.
Consensual, non-consensual?
Mm-hmm. So what are you saying? That he technically kind of waited?
Yeah, kind of. But I'm just saying. I'm playing devil's advocate, but I wouldn't agree, but
yeah.
It's hard to make jokes on such a serious book.
I agree. Because I'm like, I feel kind of uncomfy, to be honest.
I do too.
Making jokes because this book is so much.
Can I say one thing that I hate? I fucking hate that in Zayd's point of view, he speaks a lot more vulgar than Addie does. Well, I will admit Addie speaks a little more vulgar in this one too. But Zayd is a completely different breed of man. Because they're like looking for Addie and he's like, damn, knowing that Addie's in the same exact situation right now, I'd spank her ass if I knew she was being reckless. I'm like, Zayd, time and place, my guy.
Hey, those are his thoughts.
No one
it's
needs to
his
hear him.
safe space.
But he talks like that too.
Okay, and at least he's consistent.
Okay, and even when they were having when he was looking for Addie, it's literally on the same page. He's explaining being in his car, and he's like, the engine rumbles to life, the metal vibrating beneath my ass. It's like, I hate it.
I think I must have glanced over that.
He always made comments like that.
He is that kind of guy.
He just likes the word ass.
Can you blame him? He's always horny for Addie the baddie.
Oh my god. Okay, yes, he is. Can I mention also, you know what I like that the author did? I like that at the beginning in the first book, in Haunting Addie, Addie always referred to God as a woman. Yeah. And in this one, instead of saying God, she says she-devil.
Yeah, I highlighted that too. I thought it's so funny.
Damn.
I love...
sad.
Yeah, but I also love that Addie is constantly talking to God, even though it's not in a serious way, because she says it's not like she's religious or anything, but she says it in a way like, well, if you do exist, what the hell? What the hell is this?
What the fuck is this? She-devil?
You must really friggin' hate me.
Okay, but there's this one character in the story. His name is Rio, and he's the one who kidnaps Addie and basically sends her to this home where they're, training them to be submissive. Rio is a complex character.
Yes.
Because he kidnaps her, but he's also trapped in this situation because the main, Miranda, is that her name?
Probably.
The main person of the household, she has his sister.
And she also has a thing for him.
Yeah.
So that's why she keeps him around. Yeah,
exactly. So he's stuck in this situation because they have his sister. And he feels for Addie because he hates the situation.
And it's kind of sad because many moments where Addie is abused, he's the one who patches her up. And there is like a bond forming between them.
Yeah.
Because she is obviously pissed, especially in the beginning. But then eventually he kind of helps her escape.
Yeah. But Addie knew that as soon as Rio kidnapped her, she was like, Zayd's not going to let you live.
Yeah, no matter what, he is not going to let this go.
But as, like, the more it went on, she was like, I'm going to feel sad. I hope you have a quick death. Oh, I really hope you escape
Zaddy lets you go because, you know what, you've been a real pal.
Mm-hmm.
Did you think that Zayd was going to kill him?
Yes.
So did I. I was like, okay, I might as well just accept it now because, I mean, he did kidnap her. I'm pissed too.
How did you feel about the end? Because he does end up escaping. And Zayd has this conversation with Addie where he's like, okay, I fucking hate this guy, but I know he meant a lot to you in there. Mm-hmm. What do you want me to do? And Addie's like, I want him to live.
Well, he asked her a couple times. And the first couple of times she was like, I mean, she didn't want to say that she wanted him to live. Mm-hmm. But then eventually she does crack because she meets the sister. Mm-hmm. And then she starts thinking, well, I'd feel really bad if she loses her brother.
Yep.
And so that's when she finally tells Zaddy,
yeah,
I just want him to live. And so he actually decides to spare his life.
And at the end of the book, like the very last page, it's like a note that was sent to her. Mm-hmm. And the note says, I don't know what you did to convince him, and I don't really want to know. Thank you for saving Katarina and keeping her safe. But fuck you for sparing my life, especially because I think you did it to fucking spite me. And I can't even blame you for that. Stay safe, princesa.
I can't even remember why it was so bad for him to live. Just because he was scared? Always looking over his shoulder? Oh, because of the people connected to the ring, right?
Yeah.
That's why.
Wait.
You can't...
Oh, go ahead.
You can't escape this life.
I know.
And he made his choices. So now he has to deal with it.
He does have to deal with it.
Did you find Zayd to be aromantic?
Yes.
Aside from, you know,
I did think
the vulgarness.
I did think he was a romantic, but god damn. That man is intense. Like, he was like,
that man
damn.
Be thirsty.
I miss Addie. I'm gonna carve a rose into my chest.
I forgot about that. They carved roses into each other. Because
he had one first. Mm-hmm. Addie saw it, and Addie was like, give me one too, bitch.
Because I kind of want it.
And he did it.
Yeah. Wait, maybe that's love.
Love. I can't. Oh, God. That, like, hurts me. That's painful.
She's fine.
You remember how he used to take the thorns off of the roses? And then, didn't he mention that he was going to stop doing that because, like...
He's been coddling her too much.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
I actually like that.
Yeah.
I like that moment because it brought back the fact that he would always leave roses for her.
Mm-hmm. Well, how do you feel with the fact that most likely after this book, Addie is now going to be working with Zayd? I
like that idea. Wait, does that mean she's going to stop writing?
I don't think so, but she couldn't find inspiration to write anymore.
Oh, you're right.
But she said she missed it.
Mm-hmm. I think it'll be cool. I kind of wish that the author would continue their story, and it doesn't have to be as dramatic. It could just be like, you know, them saving the day every now and then. Because I really did like Zayd's character the most.
I'm shocked. I'm still shocked that you liked him so much.
Why? He was a romantic. Mm-hmm. He saved her. That moment when he finally finds her, oh my God, my heart about to pop out of my chest.
Can I just mention, first of all, HD Carlton, you called a scrunchie a ponytail holder? I hate that. That's it.
You don't know where she's from?
Where's she from?
I don't know.
Ponytail holder? It's called a scrunchie or a band.
A band.
But I call it
a rock band?
I call it a chongo, which means ponytail, and it's not a ponytail.
So wait, hold on. That makes sense. A ponytail holder?
A chongo holder.
The difference?
It threw me off. I had to highlight it. Can I ask, there was this one character that was in the house that fucking hated Addie. She was also being trafficked. And this character would just make Addie's life hell. She would make everyone's life hell.
But especially Addie.
She basically did not like that Addie was favored. And she liked being in this house So in order to make her life more amusing, she would always do childish things like draw on the wall, break things, and blame it on Addie. And Addie would be punished by being raped or hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this one scene where, near the end, when Addie knew she was going to escape, the girl broke into her room and basically was going to kill her.
Mm-hmm.
And Addie had to defend herself, so she killed the girl.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that?
Oh, I was so glad she was dead. She was such an annoying character. I mean, I do feel bad for her because obviously she's been through a lot.
Yeah.
But I hated the fact that she would always do things out of spite and just to find a way for Addie to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Because some of the abuse that she endured because of that girl was really bad.
It was really bad.
And I was just like, well, you obviously can't escape until you get rid of this girl.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was that exact night when she escaped, right?
It was.
After she killed her. I expected it. I still don't really understand why she wanted to stay there so badly. Because she would... Even when Addie first arrived there, this other character had just tried to escape, but it became a game that they would always find her.
Mm-hmm. It sucked.
I didn't like her character.
I didn't. I felt bad for her, though. But I
did
mean,
too.
I'm not going to be against her dying at this point. Wait, I want to reread this. There's this one part where Addie is talking to Zayd, and she's basically telling Zayd, I don't know much about you. I don't even know your full name. And, he's just saying little things. And he mentions, my birthday's September 7th. And she says, doesn't surprise me that you're a Virgo.
That's so funny because I was thinking the exact same thing. As soon as he said his birthday, I was like, you would be a fucking Virgo.
Oh my gosh. And the fact that
No
he was
hate.
like...
No hate, though.
The fact that he was like, by the way, last name Meadows. Our last name is Meadows. And she's like, yours. Don't get ahead of yourself. You'll be expected to beg.
Adeline Meadows?
Addie Meadows.
Cute.
Meadows is a nice last name. Mm-hmm. We had this conversation, didn't we, today? Mm-hmm. About last name changes. I would change my last name to Meadows if the person I was marrying's last name was Meadows. Mm. Hell yeah. Oh my gosh.
I don't think I would.
You wouldn't? Wouldn't it sound nice? Chelly Meadows?
You sound like a singer.
Thank you.
No, I mean, it's a cute last name, but I just don't want to go through that hassle of changing my last name.
How do you feel about Addie referring to Zayd's eyes as yin-yang eyes?
I think that's cute because... he does have a complex personality.
I thought that was a really nice thing to mention. I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah, same. I thought that was cute. It's a nice little touch to his character.
Yes. What I felt was going to be a dislike for you. But you didn't even mention it. So who are you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I thought you were going to dislike the fact that the ghosts were never really a big part of this story.
What do you mean?
Not really. What'd they do? What'd they do?
They were just vibing. They were just there chilling, which is the best kind of ghost.
Are you serious? Are you being serious right now? Because I thought that would annoy you.
Why would that was annoying you, not me. You were the one who was like, I thought the ghosts were going to be a bigger part in this story.
They should have at least, I don't know, spun her around a little bit.
Why would they do that? This isn't Beetlejuice.
I just hate that they were mentioned, but they weren't really brought up.
Yeah.
Really? That didn't bother you?
That didn't bother me, no. I just like the idea, you know what? The ghosts aren't even the highlight of this story, of this crazy story.
I hate it. I don't think I agree. I don't agree with you.
Okay.
They should have been there. They should have done some, I don't know, freaking dragging people down the hall, but no. None of that.
Well. Oh, that would have been kind of cute, though. Can you imagine? Zayd and Addie are, making out in the bedroom, and then all of a sudden, Zayd gets dragged out. Oh, you can't fight a ghost. I did want to mention a detail that I really liked was the fact that Zayd is just as feared as the society. I thought that was a really cool thing to note.
Yeah.
Because he's so powerful.
His
mind...
Didn't realize how powerful he was.
Too strong.
It is really strong. He is really strong, though.
Yeah, because he's, taking down these human trafficking rings, and the society was a big ring. Mm-hmm. So both of them were a little scary.
Yeah. How did you feel about that car chase scene? Where they were literally being chased by the police.
That part was so hot. I just wish the girl in the back wasn't there.
Sibby?
Yeah, she ruined everything.
Yeah, Sibby can't read a room. She literally can't. They're literally hot and bothered, and she's like, "Are we doing this?"
She's always ready for an orgy. That girl's crazy.
Really? You like that scene? I like how it was literally intense, and he's like, "Oh my god, she needs to fucking stop because she got aroused."
She needs to close her legs now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, my boy's always ready.
He is always ready.
I like that.
Did they do anything?
And they
after that
messed around for like a second.
Oh yes, you're right. Where she was like, "Until the cigarette's out."
Mm-hmm.
I do remember that.
You remember that?
Yeah. What's so wrong? How do you like that after she was kidnapped, Zayd made it a point that he always had to throw away his trash and not litter?
Oh, that was cute. He always had her in the back of his mind.
She did too with him.
Mm-hmm.
Vice versa.
So near the beginning of the story, when she's taken, they take her to a doctor because remember, she got into a car accident because they slammed their car into her. Were you surprised that the doctor that treated her turned out to be trash?
Nope. Everyone is trash in this story. Every person that she could have trusted became trash.
Yeah, but I didn't blame her. In that situation, I would have also been like, you know what? This doctor, he might have punched me, but I want to get out of here.
Yep.
I think I also would have been like, all right, let's go.
Yep.
And then maybe hopefully found a way to escape him. How did you feel about Addie's relationship with her mother in this book? Because in the first book, they were always butting heads. And it was to the point where she really never wanted to see her mother.
And in this book, completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Her mom was actually trying to build a relationship with her. Mm-hmm. I didn't mind her mom. Fuck her dad.
Oh yeah, fuck her dad.
Her dad was like, look at who you're freaking messing around with. And it's like, shut up, Dad. You're a fucking bitch. Oh my God.
You're just a weak ass bitch.
Oh my God, because the mom got hurt and he didn't even let Addie go see her. You remember that?
I do remember that. Trash.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely hate that man.
I didn't mind it because sometimes traumatic things brings families together.
Mm-hmm. And you don't realize how short life can be. So it made sense to me why Addie would seek out her mom more.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you can talk about the ending.
Okay, I need to reread the ending. Well, not really.
Wasn't this the book?
They had anal? What? When?
What the heck?
When did that happen?
Well, apparently it happened.
Do you remember that?
No.
Because there's a part where it says, oh, it's the end. Oh, it's the end where they have anal. Oh. Okay, because literally I highlighted a scene that says, or no, it says right here, are you proposing because you're in love with me or because I gave you anal? And I'm like, what the fuck? What happened? Did I skip that part? But anyway, I like how it ends.
Wait. Before you talk about... Wait, hold on. Before you talk about the ending, there's actually a scene that I wanted to talk about with you. How did you feel about the scene where he pretends like he can get her pregnant while they're having sex? Was that this book?
Oh, yes, it was.
Because
he's like,
how much do you love me? And she's just like, I don't know, a lot. And he's like, enough to have a baby with me? And she's like, I mean, not right now, obviously, because she's on birth control. And he's like, no, you're not. You're not on birth control, actually.
pulled that shit out.
Pulled it right out of you. And she was like, what the heck? How'd you feel about that scene?
I didn't care for it. That's horrible.
Did you think that she was going to be a mother right after this? No.
I thought he was going to be like, joke's on you, which he kind of was.
Yeah, he did.
But I hated that.
Oh,
God.
I thought that was kind of cute.
No, I'm not down.
Okay, well, to each their own, I guess.
That's why they had anal.
Yes, so at the end, apparently they have anal.
What a way to end the story. I mean, I just wanted to talk about the last thing that Zayd thinks, because the last part of the book is in his point of view. And it's just him reflecting on everything. And he thinks, heaven isn't a place you go to when you die. It's inside the person that's worth dying for. And this
What a
comes
poet!
from the man that said he had a vibrating ass when he was in a car. So,
Oh, don't we all? Don't we
okay,
all?
but you don't have to say it like that.
What's wrong with having a vibrating ass?
I mean, you're right. But still.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm sorry. You're right.
I'm sorry.
I'm being inconsiderate. I did not even remember this ending.
You didn't remember the ending?
No.
When he tells her to run?
Run, little mouse.
Yeah. What a romantic.
Sorry, say it again.
What a romantic. From the very start. He was a true romantic.
Do you want to talk about ratings? Okay. Because I don't have much more to say, but I will. I will right now.
Okay. Do you want to start then?
I kind of want you to start.
Why me?
'Cause I know I'm wrong. I know you gave it a 5 out of 5. I know you gave it a 5 out of 5.
Wait, what? What did you say? I gave it in the beginning?
I said you gave it a 2 or a 3, but now I changed my mind because apparently I'm wrong about everything. You gave it a 5 out of 5. Go ahead. Talk about how much
Oh my god, wait, you can't change it. Hold on.
No.
You
Talk about how
can't
much you love it.
change it.
Okay, that's fine. But go ahead and admit how much you love it.
So, I do want to reiterate that the things that I liked that the story went into a more realistic approach with Addie.
The baddie.
And her...
Zaddy. Sorry.
And her Zaddy. No, just her healing journey in the story. I thought... Honestly, going into this story, I thought that whole abuse thing would have been a little bit quicker. So I was surprised that it wasn't. I also really liked that Zayd never pushed her boundaries and never pushed her to, immediately get better because she was not ready. So I also really liked just them together. I thought they were a really cute couple. I did like that she decided to do something similar to what he's doing.
Yeah.
Which is stop human trafficking rings. But the things that I didn't like about this book.
Okay, I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting this.
Are you surprised?
Yeah.
Are you surprised? Okay. It's like you don't know me or something. I'm just kidding. So one of my dislikes was Sibby's character, which we already mentioned. I just thought that she took away from the story. My interest disappeared anytime she was talked about. She was there. I was over it. Plus there's a book called Satan's Affair, and that's supposedly surrounding Sibby's character. Have absolutely zero interest in that. Because I do not like her character. Well, surprise. Now you do. And now you're gonna buy it?
I already have it. Actually.
Oh, funny. Funny. I do enjoy dark romance for the most part, but I really didn't like the first half of this book. I don't think I'd be able to read it again. It was way too much for me. And I do really like Zayd and Addie together as a couple. I really wish that she would just, give us another one where it's like more fluff. Just a little bit more fluff.
I'm surprised.
And so I think, rating it is so hard because I do like it. But at the same time, I don't think I'd read it again.
Okay.
Well, maybe like the second half. So I would rate it a 3 out of 5.
Okay, so I had it right the first time. Okay, I forgot about Sibby. I totally forgot about Sibby.
Oh, I don't blame you.
I agree with you on the fact that anytime Sibby came up, I hated it. I did not like her character. I tried to sympathize with her character because I feel bad for her.
Yeah, I did too.
But I did not really like her as a character. I feel really bad for Addie. Like, I know that her life is now changed. And, for the better because she's going to help people. But it just hurts. It hurts me. I don't think I would read this again. I read it, put it away, and I'm okay. Like, that's kind of it for me. I did enjoy my read of it, though. Didn't know they had anal, so that was a surprise. But I would probably rate this book a 3 out of 5.
Oh, wow, that's higher than I thought.
What did you think? Oh, it's a 2. I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
It was just...
I didn't either.
A lot.
It was a lot.
Yeah. I can't believe you didn't talk about that time where he licked her pussy once.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
I didn't. I highlighted it for you.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
So thank you, everyone, for listening. If you're listening to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or anywhere you listen to podcasts on, you should leave a review and rating. Because, why not? For the fun of it.
It don't take that long.
They don't take that long.
It'll be like a minute, maybe less.
If you would love to tell others about us, the best form of exposure is through word of mouth. So that would be really, really great. If you're watching us on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe. Comment how you felt about this story. It's kind of hard. I feel like we didn't make many jokes, but it's because it's a very triggering story, but a very interesting story to have a conversation about. So if you wanted to leave a comment, that would be amazing. Also hit that notification bell because it really helps with analytics. And also you can know when we're going to release our next episode, which is every Tuesday.
Tuesday, sometimes.
Okay, so we're going to move on to the last part of our podcast, which is where we take a dice and we roll it. If it lands on an even number, we read a positive review off of Goodreads. If it lands on an odd number, we read a negative review on Goodreads. These are reviews that we are not connected to at all. We are just going to read it.
And leave it in the air.
Yeah, leave it in the air.
We won't make any faces.
I won't make promises.
You will?
Okay, never mind. I'll try my best. If they mention the anal, though, I'm like, just throw me off. No promises. Okay, why don't we go ahead and roll? Your number is a 1. Negative review.
All right, so this review is written by Kales on Goodreads. They rated it a 2 out of 5 stars, and they wrote, I am so heartbroken over how this book turned out. Not the storyline because I DNF'd at 70%, but because of how high my expectations were. The author said in a TikTok comment that this book has more spice than the first. Ma'am, that spice was rape. What on earth are you talking about? The first book of this series was a dark romance. This book, the second, was just dark, very little romance to speak of. This book would have been so much better if it was a completely different story, meaning this story does not seem much like the sequel to the next book. I felt like I was reading 2 completely different stories, honestly. The first book was all about this girl falling in love with her stalker who works to take down sex trafficking, while she tried to solve her great-grandmother's murder. Totally amazing story with great spice and an even better plot, despite the fact that the MC didn't have much of a personality. But the second book, suddenly she's been trafficked and it's not anything about her great-grandmother or solving any other murder or the house she moved into, but it's about her suddenly working with her man to take down the people who assaulted her. Good for her, though. Both books just didn't mesh together and it felt very random, honestly. If there would have been more storyline in the first book about what Zayd does for a living and Addie saying she wants to help or is interested in learning more, that honestly would have made the story flow better. Overall, I think the author is very talented, she's a great writer, and I adore her first book, but this one wasn't it. I'm hoping if I try out her other work, it won't be like this.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for listening, and we will talk to you next week.
Bye. Are we going to take a shot?
Yeah, let's take a shot. I need one.
Yeah, after this story, we need one.
Sorry, Addie the baddie.
Are you sorry?
No. I mean, she had anal. So.
Oh my god.